second. Fausto Pugliese, President and Founder of Cyber Trading University. Hope everyone had an excellent day today. Great trading stocks going on in the market. Hopefully everybody's been enjoying being part of our professional trading room and been logging on to our courses. I mean, obviously, there's been some great stocks that we traded going into the close today. Neuron, NUAN, and MBIS were some great trades, and also the ECTE, which some of you, I assumed, would know, being part of Cyber Trading University. But the thing is, it's not about what we traded today. The thing we're here today is to talk about closing bell of some of our channel partners. And, you know, once in a while, we always bring in some brokerage firms that we do business with for a long time. And, you know, a lot of the stocks we were talking about just now, you could find a lot of them, you know, on these great platforms. And one of the really good direct access firms out there is a platform like Lightspeed. So what we did was we had one of the senior sales associates of Lightspeed to come on and teach you a little bit more about their platform and how it works. So you basically get an idea of what makes these good trading tools and how to use them. So I don't want to take too much time away. So in the meantime, I'm going to pass the ball to Sean, and Sean's going to take over, and he's going to run for about an hour and just teach you some of the benefits of how and important features on a direct access system like on the Lightspeed. So Sean, the stage is all yours.
Hello, can I just get a yes in the message box if you can hear me? Okay, thank you. My name is Sean Oliver. Thank you, Cyber Trading University Closing Bell, for having me and for all the attendees joining me this afternoon. My name is Sean Oliver, and I'm Senior Sales Associate at Lightspeed. Today, we will be covering some features on our flagship platform, Lightspeed Trader, and how they can be beneficial to equity and options traders. Please keep in mind that today's presentation is for demo purposes only, and anything I show you today is not a trading strategy, but rather an illustration of how to use the system. Now that I've said that, let's get going and learn a little bit more about Lightspeed Trader. So this in front of us is our Lightspeed Trader platform. And we're going to start on our equities page and then slowly progress over to our options trading. So one definite advantage of the Lightspeed trading platform is the ability to use hot buttons, hot keys. So there's hot buttons and then there's also hot keys. So in here around my cursor is where we have a hot button section. So right here you can program specific order types, buy 100 shares, sell 100 shares, cancel all orders. We can do this, and it allows us to just have one-click trading, which is very helpful. Now, at the same time, you can also program it so you can just, instead of having a button, since a lot of people don't prefer that you do not have to point and click, you can have a keyboard-only trading method. So you can just go to our settings tab, and you can program any keyboard combination you want to have a known purpose. So let's just dive into the possible commands that we can have right here. So as you see right here, you have the market buy 100 shares or market sell 100 shares. So if you look at here, you would be able to do market buy 100 shares, and then it pops up an automatic order confirm right there. So right now, if I was to just press this button, I would be able to have all the order information pop up in front of me since I have my confirmations selected. So, you know, a very useful tool for this is if you don't want to have to go to your order entry window and set up all the information, and then you would be able to just program your known common order types into your hot buttons or hot keys, and then, you know, you'd be able to skip the point and click, and it'll just make you much more efficient. So right here, what we can do is, if we have the market buy, we have the market sell. I can go to my settings tab right here, and this basically would be able to, this is where you would be able to customize your whole entire platform. So we can go to advanced order types, custom orders, design. Here you'd be able to set up pretty much, customize the whole entire platform. That's one great characteristic of Lightspeed Trader, is that everything is customizable. So if we went to our keyboard commands, so this is where we'd be able to program anything that, if we want to program, let's say F5 to be a certain command, we would be able to do this. So if we want to if we want to go to a tier size order and we want to have a market buy key, or we want to have every time we hit F5, it's going to be a market buy, all we would need to do is just go to ARCA buy market tier. We're going to use ARCA as our exchange. One of the benefits also of Lightspeed Trader is that it's a direct market access platform. So you have myriads of options to route your orders to. You could go to ARCA, you can go to BATS, you can go to all these different types of exchange that are going to be offering different values, liquidity, and different stocks. Now, if we just want to select ARCA right now, we would just select this and then select our F5, which is our button that we want to map this to. Press map. And then at the same time, let's say we want to be able to place a limit order at the same time, have that capability to be able to place a limit order just by clicking one button. So if we want to do that, we would just go to ARCA bid tier, and let's go to F6. F6, that's where we want to map this to. We would map it right there. So the benefit of this is if you just want to place a quick order, I'm just hitting F5, and it would just automatically pop up. It would automatically populate your order. F6, automatically pop it up. You'd be able to easily adjust your order by just once it's popped up, you'd be able to toggle back and forth, adjusting your price. Now, when the market's moving very quickly, and you want to place that, you want to get a solid entry point, placing a limit order. You want to make sure that you can get in and out quickly. The ability of the hotkeys allows you to just automatically pop the price, set your price, and then enter, and you're all set. So the benefit of this is if you want speed and you want to be able to have the ability to quickly either get in with a market order with just one click, or you want to be able to get in and easily change your price entry or even your price exit, you'd be able to do that as well. Now, so the hotkeys and hot buttons are definitely one of the options that Lightspeed definitely is known for and has the advantages over comparative platforms. Another one is the ability to have a direct market access platform where if at large brokers, they might be, sending your order flow to certain exchanges. At Lightspeed, we give you tools to be able to route your orders directly. So if you want to go trade Apple and you want to adjust so when we go back to our keyboard page, you'd be able to have all these same order types across the full spectrum of routes. It gives you the ability to be flexible and also have options across the whole entire spectrum of where you can route your orders to. And also, right now, if we look at Apple, we have EDGX at top and NASDAQ. If we want to get in at that price, especially after hours, and we want to be able to have, access that liquidity, we want to have the flexibility to be able to route to ARCA or NASDAQ. Or if we see something down the book and we want to access, BATS or EDGX, or, another benefit is if you want to be able to receive the rebate for liquidity and you want to post a limit order to add that liquidity, direct access allows you to receive that rebate back while at the same time, still getting excellent fills. Now, now we go to the order entry for the options side of the platform. So right here, another great feature of Lightspeed is you can either make these hot buttons that you can toggle back between screens. Now, the benefit of this is when you are working on 1, 2, 3 screens and you need more space, everyone always is going to need more space. If you want to set up a page specifically for charts, so right here, all you need to do is add new page. Let's call this charting page. Now, this charting page, all you need to do, all you're going to want to do right now, you can just go add charts. You can add as many charts as you want. to this page, you could even add multiple pages of charts. So right here, you know, if I want to add another chart, so we have two charts. We can have another chart. We can put these in different time frames. So we have 2 hours, we have intraday. We just freed up so much space on our computers or on our screens in order to, we can go from equities to our charting page. And once we build this out, you know, if you want 4 or 5 pages, and if you look at if you're looking at certain stocks, as Fausto said, if you're scanning some certain stocks going into the close of the day, you want to be able to have as much space that you can see movers and what's happening across a certain sector. You can have a different page that, you know, if you want a certain page that just has the charts and you can access that, you can have. And the great thing about the page is, I got a question from one of the attendees, is that if you have a 4-screen setup, you can have a page. The page will go across all your screens. So if you already have 4 screens, or if you have 3 screens or 2 screens, that whole entire page accesses all the screens. So if you have 4 screens and you make 1 page and then you make a second page, you know, you're really turning your 4-screen setup into an 8-screen setup. So it really does free up space. And since you can just access it by either there's 3 ways you can access it: just going here and toggling back and forth, which obviously is going to be probably the slowest way, and it's all about speed these days in trading. You're going to want to go back. You can either toggle back and forth between them using programmed hot buttons. As you see here, I have my 2 pages highlighted that I can just toggle back and forth between. Or what I can do is I can just set up a hot button up here to toggle back and forth between the equities trading pages. And if I wanted to right now, I could create another button for my charting page. So let's go into the options trading page. So this is the basic layout for our option setup. So this is the basic layout for our option setup. We have our option chain right here, our positions. So another way we can do this is, if you're trading options and you're trading equities at the same time, you can show equity positions only, you can show options position only, especially if you have options that are going to be long-term holds that you don't want to be showing because you're trading the equities intraday, or maybe the other way around. You'd be able to hide those so they kind of are hidden from your view, so you have a better view on what's actually happening with your current positions that you're trying to focus on at this moment. So if we look at this is our complex order entry screen. You'd be able to trade spreads and other complex strategies directly out of here. So all you would need to do is you would just be able to add option to the COE, and then you'd be able to adjust the size, the price, everything like that. You'd also be able to put in, if you wanted to put a put in here, add right there. Then you'd be able to put all that in at the same time to give you your pay or receive, depending on if you're doing a credit spread, a debit spread, anything along those lines. And then again, you put that up, your confirm order would pop up, and you'd be able to see all the trade information before you place it. Now again, this confirm selection, that's an option, so it's not necessarily, it doesn't mean that you have to have it set up for you to, you know, if we wanted to. Again, a great thing about Lightspeed Trader and its benefits to traders is that it allows you to set up each individual thing you would like. So right here, if you don't want to confirm new orders, you just want to, you know, when you press go, you're ready to have that order go live. You just press go. Since it's an option, we just need to adjust that. Confirm option orders. You'd be able to just place it right there, and it would go right live. Now market's closed, so it's not going to get filled right now, but you'd be able to see each order, each leg that you have. You'd be able to see the status in your orders box. Now the next as we said, we have the hotkeys and the hot buttons for the equities trading. Another feature that Lightspeed has is we have the hot buttons for options trading as well. So you see down here, market and limit. Now, basically, what we're looking at is just pre-programmed buttons that I've made that have certain criteria that they have. Of course, you can go in and you can set up your own buy or sell, and you'd be able to, if you want to place a limit, you'd be able to set this up, stop, anything along those lines. But again, if you have a typical order strategy or order type that you like using, you can just right-click and go to Commands. So right here, you'd be able to set up a specific type of order that you're working with, and you'd be able to set that so you'd be able to add it just down there, and it would be ready for you just with one click. Now, so let's say, again, Lightspeed Direct Market Access Platform would allow you to route directly to these exchanges. But if you want to just use our Smart Route, you'd be able to do that as well. So if we want to go for Smart with a limit type, or let's just go with Market, you'd be able to adjust your time in force, especially if you're placing a limit order. You'd be able to do immediate cancel, 3 minutes. You'd be able to adjust this to give you the best quality fill that you're looking for. Of course, you're not going to want to have everything as a day. If you want to put a limit out there, you might want it only be out there for a certain period of time, or you might want it immediately, depending on what type of order strategy or type of fill you're looking for. You can set up everything else. You would be able to just name. So let's say limit 2. You would add that. You'd be able to add that. Once that's added, you'd be able to right-click, go to your hot buttons. All these are pre-designed selections you can have, mainly options, just cancels, just because it's kind of it would just be a an all cancel selection, just because if you have lots of orders out there, you don't want to have to worry about point click, anything along those lines. You'd be able to just one click and it would take care of everything. So you'd be able to add that, and it shows up right here. So if you're the type of person that typically has the same type of strategy going into options, all really depends, is if we're going to switch and we're going to go to Bank of America and select a certain contract, all you really need to do is, without even touching your order entry, you already know that your 3 most common uses are already there. All you would need to do, again, is place that. As you saw the market, you place the market, automatically gets filled. Again, this is a demo, and the options market's closed, so it's not going to be a realistic fill, but you'd be able to just press that, and you get filled in this case. You'd also be able to do it here. Press your limit, and you'd be able to send your order directly there. Now, again, as I said, this is a direct market access platform, so you have the ability to route directly to any of these exchanges. And again, if you want, you can either do that in the complex order entry, if you're going to be doing a single leg, or if you're going to be doing it over here, you'd be able to do it right out of your level 2 box for a specific option. Now, if you are someone that is doing covered calls or use that as part of your strategy, you'd be able to go over to our complex option order entry screen, and you'd be able to automatically just select an option, add the equity leg, and you'd be able to set this up automatically. So this is just one easy step to be able to write a two-sided position with you buying the underlying equity as well as dealing with the call in just one simple step. So if you just press that, it would automatically send it. You'd see the contract as well as the 100 shares to buy. And then again, if you wanted, you can go up to your positions window, and in your positions window, you'd be able to filter out positions if you'd like. So if we only want the options positions to show up, you'd be able to have that. Or if you want the equities positions to show back up as well, you can untoggle that. And the benefit of that is if you're having multiple windows or pages, you can have an option, you can have a positions window here, so you can have it, so you unlock the window, and what you can do is, notice how when I toggle back and forth, you're seeing the positions window is going to stay on this page. So I could turn, since this is my equity trading page, I could turn this into equity positions only. I could toggle back, add a new positions window. Just make this options only. And you see if I toggle back and forth, it's going to just be set up in a way that it knows that this is going to be, I only want to see my options positions when I'm on my options trading screen. And when I go back here, I only want to see my equities. And it's going to clearly label at the top of your positions window which side you're on. So if you want, because if you want to know specifically, this is your options, you're going to say options positions only, or when you flip back, equity positions only. So the ability to flip back if you're an equity and options trader between the two really does give you a benefit if you're trading specifically equities or if you're trading specifically options, and you tend to dabble depending on how the trading day is going or how the market is doing. Really gives you the flexibility to segregate it into two different screens while at the same time having easy access to go back and forth between them. And of course, if you want, you can individually, you can customize these by adding different windows and columns. For the columns, you have all these different selections. I know a lot of people look for specific columns that they want, cost basis. You can also do a net P&L, which takes into account the commission and the routing fees that you incurred. So it would be you'd be able to see a full number of after your trading costs have been taken out, and you'd be able to add that to your window. And of course, you see your positions, and then you also see your account summary, full rating here. You see remaining buying power, full buying power that you started the day with, and also the value of all your positions that you're holding right now. Pending orders. It's a kind of a dashboard for exactly what's going on. You also have all the information up top. You have your P&L on up here. You have your exposure, positions, and you're also pending positions. So if you're pending orders. So it's also this main bar on top is not going to be going anywhere. That's going to be a solid fixture. So if you're ever trying to move the platform, if you hold the bar, the whole entire platform is going to move with it. It's your home base for the platform with all the vital information you need. If you click the C in the top right corner, you'll also be able to access the customization for each window as you want. If you wanted to set up alerts, there's a customization window for that. Advanced orders, custom orders, you can go through here and you can set up which routes you want to go to, smart, super. You can set up your trailing stop. And again, once you set up all these commands, you can go directly back to, so if we wanted to set up a trailing stop order right now, we could go to trailing stop, new trailing stop. If we wanted to, again, we can route it to all these different exchanges. But if we wanted to, if you wanted to be able to just sell it at ARCA, you'd want to go right here, select that. That's stop 1. You'd be able to then go back, select it, go to your custom orders, stop 1, F4, map that, and again, stop Apple trailing stop. You'd be able to, it's going to automatically pop up once I hit F4. And again, the red is going to symbolize it's a sell stop. A green box would signify a buy stop or a buy order in general. And then the same with the sell order would be the red box. So once the box pops up, you just be able to toggle with your arrow keys to set the exact amount that you want your trailing stop to be for. So again, the ability to easily just hit one button, stock's moving against you, or you just place your order, you hit your trailing stop button, you can see your positions on, you set your trailing stop at 15 cents or however much you want it. Again, Apple is going to be a little bit different since the high value that it trades at and the larger spread, but you set your trailing stop and then enter, and there it goes. You'd be able to just place it like that. So when we go through, you can make custom orders, you can map those directly. The design is one thing. So again, if you wanted to set up your net P&L, you'd be able to just, because a lot of people say, I want to see it directly off of my platform. I don't want to have to go access some back-end reports or see, if I'm actually making money with my commissions and my routing fees, or how much money I'm making back from my routing fees if I'm from adding a significant amount of liquidity. So you'd be able to set this up. Your base rate would be your commission rate per 1,000 shares, and then you'd be able to set up the add remove depending on which exchanges you're using. Now the keyboard, another great thing that we can do on the platform, a lot of people, so if we go back to our charting page, we can set this up to a level 2 window. So right here, if we want to go to Apple, so both these charts are going to be just linked to whatever this level 2 is. Now, whenever I type into level 2 box, it's going to just automatically change. If I wanted to change that, if I wanted to have multiple, so let's say on my charting page, I want to have 2 stocks that I'm looking at. You'd be able to I want to have 2 stocks that I'm looking at that have 2 charts each. So what you'd be able to do is you'd be able to link this. So right now, unlink all. You'd be able to link this to quote window Apple. You'd be able to link this to unlink. We add another level 2 window, and we can link this directly. So the benefit of this is what we can do is if you're someone that likes looking at the level 2s, you have the level 2s in front of you. So you see any movement that might be happening with the price, or if you want, you'd be able to see the tickers going off and the prints. You'd also be able to type in and have a chart automatically change. Another benefit of this is if you're going and you want to just have link to focus, switch both of these to link to focus. So I still want those the 2 different charts. I want my intraday and I want my 2 hours. I would be able to just click back and forth and they would both change. It's because it's going to be on whatever you're last clicked on. So you'll be able to reduce time by just clicking back and forth rather than having to click a new symbol on a chart or anything specifically. So if we're looking back on that charting page, what we also have is on charts, it will show you exactly where, if I was to place an order, we can set up our charts to add different studies, to change our candlestick, how we view our candles, how we view all our price volume. We can change all of that. And then also what we can do is, if we go back, we can set it up so we can zoom in and out. So if we're on right here is a 2-hour chart, 2-hour minute. So if we want to zoom in or zoom out, this gives us the benefit of if we want to look at a specific time range. I'm in a minute interval right now. I can zoom in to just check the action. Again, this is a little off because it's after hours, but you can zoom out so you can quickly adjust how you're viewing your chart. So again, right here, if I want to if I wanted to change this is a little different just because it's already intraday. You can adjust what you're looking at. So if I'm, especially at those high volatility times, right, if you're looking right here at the end, you can just quickly zoom in or zoom out instead of having to change your chart parameters. So it's very customizable in the sense that you can scroll to the time frame that you're looking for quickly enough that you can see it, or you can see a trend or a movement that someone else might not be able to see because their chart parameters aren't set up correctly, or that their charts are just unresponsive and they just won't react into a way that they will be able to see it. So if we go back to our equities trading page, we have our access to our books page, which again, if you're someone that is looking at how to read the market and see where something is going or where the action is, our books page gives you access to NASDAQ Total View, which is a very helpful tool in being able to gauge where the market participants are and see where the action is going. So you'd be able to, another one that, again, a benefit of direct access platform is if you want to select, if you mainly route to a NASDAQ ARCA and you want to eliminate some people, or let's say you don't want to route to ARCA, you can eliminate this from your chart, from your books page. So you can just see where NASDAQ and some of the other venues are at in order to gauge what you're looking at. A lot of people have certain specific trends that they're looking for that you can use these tools to customize in order to be able to assist you with doing that. Same thing can be done in your level 2 settings, where if you wanted to change your color schemes, you wanted to adjust any of the settings that you see here, the way that you see volume at certain price levels, or even the exchange codes. A lot of people, when you're seeing these codes come off right here, they're all Z right now, but if you just right click and you go to your level 2 settings, you can see where they're coming from as they get printed. That's also another helpful tool that you can use our time and sales window for, that you'd be able to access right here. So again, you'd be able to see the inside market while this is going off. You'd be able to see the market that it's coming from. Again, if you're looking to get the best fill and get into a price, you're going to want to focus on where the most volume is. So if you're looking at NASDAQ or an ARCA, you can tell that there's a lot of prints going off in that area, and you'd be able to use that to your advantage. Now, again, this is the time and sales window. It's pretty quiet since the market's been closed for about a little over an hour right now. But you'd be able to scroll up and see the action, if it's an up or down signal, if it's breaking new price, or if there's lots of ways you can use this information to see exactly, where the market's going and how it's reacting to certain moves. We also do have a new service that flows directly to the platform. Now, it's not, if you were a Lightspeed Trader user, you'd be able to have it flow directly onto your platform. I'm on a demo platform, but if you wanted the news, would be linked specifically to a certain symbol that you have it linked to. Again, as you can with all windows on Lightspeed, you can link windows directly to level 2 windows in order to make it very centric for certain symbols or whatever you're looking at that moment. You'd be able to access it, and the news, so when I toggle back and forth between Apple, JPM, the news itself would change here as well, and that would give you an advantage of, rather than having to use an outside source for your news, you'd be able to get it directly to your platform. Now, when you're looking at the level 2 window, you can also, you can adjust everything. You can select a skin, so you can adjust the colors a lot of people are very familiar with certain layouts, so you would be able to set it up in order to make it as close to what you're comfortable with as possible. So a lot of people, depending on how they view and what they're looking for, they would be able to see the different price levels differentiated by the different for the differentiated information. Now, I just got another question from one of the participants asking regarding is there an extra cost for a news feed and the book information? Now, there's several data feed options that Lightspeed offers. There's a basic bundle that would allow you to get the news features and the streaming data for $10 per month, and that would include the news. And then if you wanted to increase the amount of books that you're seeing, so the bundle would be basic top of book, best available price for all the exchanges. If you wanted to increase in the total view package I mentioned, that is $20 per month. And then you'd have access to the books window, and you'd be able to see all the deeper valued orders down in the depth of the books. Now, again, if you're someone that adds liquidity and is looking to gain from that rebate, the books option is a great, because you know where you can place your orders and where other people are placing their orders in order to gauge where, if the market's going to go that direction, how much volume is going to be on one side versus the other. And there's also other useful tools that people like on Lightspeed regarding the bid and the ask. So the bid and the ask number right here is going to just show you what the volume is sitting at the bid and the ask for both stocks. So right now you're at 11 by 3. So people like using that information in order to, read down throughout the levels, and then also see what is at their immediate need. So if someone's looking to get in at the bid or the ask, they know that they can easily have a place to look to just get that simple number that they're looking for. Now, again, if we go back to our options trading, it's very similar, level 2. This is the equity level 2, which you can have up while you're looking at the equity or the options level 2. Right here, it's also easy to toggle back and forth between different strike prices or expiration dates. So I can toggle back right like this, or just click directly off of the options chain. Now, the benefit of this is if you're trading, again, if you're trading and you're flipping back between the equities and the options, you can quickly just toggle back and forth. If the stock is moving and you're looking to capture in a different strike price, instead of having to quickly or type or do anything like that, just quickly double click. Your order entry is already up. And if we hark back to the section where if you want that market order right there, you quickly press it, and you can take action before most other market participants would be able to. Now, that quick, easy access is definitely something that a lot of people like. And someone just recently asked, can you demo the Lightspeed Trader platform? You can definitely demo the Lightspeed Trader platform. We offer free demos for 2 weeks. If you just go to lightspeedtrader.com, and there's a request a demo section right there. Also, I'll be giving more information at the end about if you have any questions or if you need to contact me directly, and you don't want to ask a question here, you can ask that later in this segment. But again, right here you can see your level 2 for the options. You can toggle back and forth, and you'd be able to just select right from the options chain. Again, if we go back let's go to the charting page. I have one last thing I want to discuss about the charting. So we've talked about the linking of the platforms, which makes it very easy, the variety of linking options that you can have. You can have the link to focus, which allows you to have multiple screens toggling back at the same time and really reduces the need for typing. If you have, as we said, things went crazy at the end of the market today and you're looking at 5 specific stocks, if you're looking at that and you have your 5 specific stocks lined up across here, or you have a watch list, again, if we were to add a watch list right here, and we were to put certain symbols in real quickly, and we can just toggle between these and everything changes. So the link to focus, and again, if we wanted to click back to Bank of America, which is one that we've been looking at for the majority of this time, you can just click back and everything changes all at the same time. So again, if you wanted to have a ultra short term, last 10 minutes, 2 hour, and then an intraday, or a variety of charts, you can have all this all up at the same time, toggling back between each symbol rather than having to type them out, which definitely would save you time and gives you the flexibility to maybe pick something up that, if you were limited to 1 or 2 charts, then you might not be able to see. So again, another useful tool, talking about picking something up that you might not be able to, is we have a ticker alert, which would be able to, which shows stocks that are breaking highs or breaking lows, and you can also filter those stocks in order to show, if you want to get rid of some of the noise that you might see, especially on open and towards the close when a lot of action is going to be taking place, you can adjust the minimum price. So I don't want to see anything underneath $5, and I don't want to see anything above $1,500, or to even filter the noise out more, above $50. If we do that, you can also do a minimum volume, because some of these stocks that people might be coming across might be low volume stocks that are hitting new high every other trade. So again, in order to, it's all what you're looking for, but it gives you the ability to focus in on that information that might be able to help you the most in looking for a possible opportunity, or just to see something that might be happening in a stock that you are holding, or just give you the information that you can use to trade on another day. Also, what you can do is you can limit it to, if let's say you have your watch list and you mainly focus on these limited bundle or basket of stocks. So you're mainly trading on an average day 50 to 100 symbols. It doesn't mean that you're trading them, but you're looking at these on a constant, regular basis. You could put those in there to even filter the noise out even more, that only when these stocks are going to be hitting these highs or these lows, I would like to know about it. So it's an added bonus to the watch list feature that would be able to show, again, if you just add these, you can then restrict it to these symbols. And if you have an open position, it automatically includes your open position. So if Bank of America is, so we put Bank of America in there, so automatically restricted our information just to Bank of America. So if we wanted to then change it one more time and put Apple in there, it's going to, if Apple was to, since we've logged on, hit new highs, it would also, or lows, it would let us know that. So again, the whole entire watch list focusing on specific stocks, you can add different columns in order to, we can expand this to give us more space, and we can change columns. We have lots of options in order to people looking for different things. Another tool that we have that is very important, people really go off of this a lot, and they use it very useful in the morning and the close, is the buy imbalances or the sell imbalances. So basically, we have a window. We have a window that would be able to show you the imbalances for all symbols. So let me pull that up right now. So this will show you what the order imbalances going into the end of the day would be. So if you're looking at specifics, so you can sort by symbols, or if you're looking, it really depends on what you're looking for. You can sort by net imbalance. So you know that the net imbalance for COLE is extremely high. That's going to be, that might signify that there's going to be a certain move going into the close, that if a stock has a high sell imbalance or a high buy imbalance, you can use that information to then use it to craft your trading strategy going into the close, especially with certain symbols that might just be highly volatile or active going into the close, might give you some information that you can use in order to trade those, also on the open or at the close. For example, some of these net imbalances are slightly different. I mean, IRS is going to be isn't a ton of volume compared to a lot of these, so it might not be as volatile going into the close compared to some of these where there's large volume changing hands going into the close or again on the open. And these actually start getting quoted 15 to 10 minutes depending on the exchange before the open and before the close. So you can use this tool if you're someone that trades mainly in the morning or the open and the close. This is a tool that would be great for you to use in order to, especially since you're getting it before, not right as it's going to happen. You can take a quick look at this, and you'd be able to use that, see some of the symbols that you might be interested in. And if we click out of this window, if you want, you can just add that column. If you can add the net imbalance column to your watch list. So again, if you're looking just at those, window or those specific stocks, you'd be able to see, again, they've evened out mainly because the market has been closed, but you'd be able to see specifically that a stock that I like trading or that I'm familiar with or something that I've been looking at for a while would allow you to, it would be another indicator on something that you can take a look at. Now, I know that a lot of people have been asking questions throughout, so I want to just be able to take some time to address some of them. And if anyone has any new questions, they can ask me right now. So someone's asking about stock scanner. We do have a stock scanner that is available on Lightspeed Trader called Lightscan. If that is not available in the demo, but if you have any questions, you can call me directly or send me an email at sales@lightspeed.com, and I can reach out to you directly and we can talk about that further. Or my number is 646-393-4851. Someone also discussed so the demo, if anyone's interested in the demo, I got a lot of questions regarding the demo. The demo is the 2-week demo does have canned data, so it would be a recycled, pre-recorded market data. But we do allow live demos for a shorter period of time, for a 1-week period, that we would be able to walk you through it and show you exact features of it. And if you have any questions or concerns, you can talk directly with me or one of my colleagues, and we would be able to get you comfortable with the platform in order for you to be able to use it going forward. Let me see if there's anything. Still seeing. Anyone else have any additional questions? All right. Well, again, if anyone has any questions, you can. Someone else just came in with another demo question. The initial deposit for the live platform would be $25,000, and that would give you full functionality of a live platform in a live environment, and you'd be able to be fully functional on the trading side as well. Now, if anyone has any additional questions or would like to speak to me again further, again, you can email me at sales@lightspeed.com or give me a call whenever you ever have any questions or need any help, and I'd be happy to help. Again, thank you, Fausto and Cyber Trading University's Closing Bell for having me, and everyone have a great night.